Hello, so I just wanted to do this short video on the connection for the application both to GitHub and to Supabase. So I'm going to assume that you guys have a GitHub account, and I'll put these in the link, and a Supabase account created. If you don't, you can create one, right? So to connect GitHub, you go here on top. You're going to go connect to GitHub. As you can see here, I'm going to do this a bit slowly. And then you'll just connect to GitHub. You'll have to have given your GitHub account authorization rights. So the first time you do this, you'll be prompted to manage organization, and just make sure to add your project. And you know that your project will have been added correctly because you'll see your GitHub username here. So you'll need to do this once per project. So yeah, it's fine. You can transfer it. That's not a problem. You can transfer anyway. You'll have two-way sync, and then you'll have your repo very nicely created. And that's great. It may be private, it may be public. In your case, if it does happen to be public, as long as you don't have any sensitive data, this shouldn't be an issue. Obviously, if you're making any sensitive data in the project, make sure it's a private repo. All right, so now we're going to connect Supabase as well. So again, you'll have to make an account with Supabase, and that will be in the chat. All right, so this is done. Good. Let me just let me just refresh the page. So one of the things that's important to know for Supabase is they did change this a little bit. It used to be, you may still see here an icon on top for Supabase, but this icon no longer works. If you see it, you need to go to integrations over here. Go to manage integrations, right? And you have Supabase. So I already connected it, so I'll just disconnect it here to reconnect it. So we're going to connect to a project. So you will have to have made your Supabase account. Again, the first time you will be using Supabase, you'll need to just authorize. So the same thing like GitHub. Again, Supabase, GitHub, they're both free. You don't need to pay for anything. It may prompt you to pay, but you can use this free account for all this. So just rest assured you can use the free account. You're going to connect. We're going to take our Lovable test. We're going to connect to the tic-tac-toe. And then it should be connected. And what's nice too about both of these integrations, I think, is that you can do them here without using credits, right? And then you can just validate that they are connected. So for example, if afterwards we want to check, can you just please check you can validate that. On GitHub, you'll see your commits. You can also go to your project on Supabase. So you can, for example, go to your project, and you should be able to see that's once you connected, you're going to make prompts, whether it'll be like, for example, creating table. Good. Right, so you can see there. Great. You can see here. So we can see it says connected. Let's see how many tokens it took for the verification. So it takes less than 1 token for the verification, which is good. So you can see it has your project ID, no tables grid. You can create tables. And the GitHub, you can see here, you see the repo. So you can see both are connected. So review, you'll see GitHub's connected with the repo here. You have Supabase with the ID, and then you can create tables. And you can also remember, what's important to remember is you can go into Supabase and you can create tables here, right? Anything you do here in the database will not require and cost any Lovable credits. So if you want to create tables or anything, it doesn't cost any Lovable credits. But please note, anything you do in Lovable will cost credits, right? And you can use your GitHub ID. So the same ID you use for GitHub, you can use to create your Supabase account. All right, thank you. If you guys have any questions, let me know.